I have a lot of thoughts on the Gabbie Hanna situation du jour. Hello, friends. Welcome or welcome back. Today, I'd like to talk to you about something that's been going around online that has been bothering me and has been bouncing around between my ears. I've been procrastinating hard. It's just time to do it. I've taken notes and put them on my phone. I've watched a lot of triggering content. You do what you have to do when you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I have a lot of thoughts on the Gabbie Hanna situation du jour. A lot of them center around me being insulted and triggered, essentially. So right off the bat, I'd love to say that. I don't mean to sound like a brat. The last time I made a video about her on this channel, it was for similar behavior back in 19. Anyway, that just to me indicates that this is a pattern of behaviors now, which isn't great. And she's talking about how her misgendering of Trisha Paytas was because of ADHD, and a lot of what she's doing right now is to promote her docuseries that's coming out. And it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. For me personally, when I made a video about her in the past, it was because we had something in common, I thought, which was complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I remember when she was on the Philip DeFranco podcast, a conversation with, I was so excited to see somebody with a large platform talking about CPTSD. And now this. Viewing the situation from a lens of CPTSD, my first thought is that it's actually quite simple. Gabbie is triggered and is, I hate what Shane Dawson did to this word, but spiraling. My first question there is, where's her support system? Where's her partner? Where are her people? Where are they? What are they? Oh shit, I just realized I never finished doing my lips. Oh well. Where are her people? Why are they not getting her to talk about all of these things with them off of the internet? I don't know if her people are just enabling her or don't know how to help her. But if this really is a thing of being neurodivergent, that doesn't... I don't like that. No. No. To give her the benefit of the doubt, maybe it is a thing of ADHD and CPTSD and anything else going on behind the scenes that we may not know about yet. But that's untreated and unaddressed. And given that she's using a level of relevance as a weapon in this situation with Rachel Oates, the poetry channel that reviewed Gabbie's book that she sent to said poetry channel for a review, and then she got the review and it wasn't a great review because just watch the video. It was like a harsh, honest review, but that's what you want from a channel reviewing something you're interested in. There's a lot of things that bug me about this current situation, but the thing that triggers me and insults me the most, quite frankly, is the fact that she's contradicting herself in all of these stories that she's posting on Instagram, calling people out for narcissistic abuse. As a person who has experienced narcissistic abuse firsthand, and it shaped my entire being, gave me complex PTSD, I really don't think a bad review of your book is narcissistic abuse. I think going on a rampage and making it all about you, and I see a lot of my mother in this situation, and I just need somebody to stop her before it gets any further. Because there is nothing more terrifying to me than somebody who is triggered, and I'm not a medical professional, I'm not diagnosing anybody, but these behaviors that Gabbie is exhibiting, they are reminiscent of my narcissistic late mother. I'm sorry. But I'm not calling Gabbie a narcissist. I'm just saying that when people are triggered and... How do I explain this? It's my constant, permanent state of being. And now YMCA comes on. When you are triggered and down, I said you are gonna bring down a crowd with you, 'cause you are really real scared and you want to come out on top, young men. When you have lived through chaos and trauma in your developmental years, for me personally, it was from like conception to the age of 25, basically. In the background of every interaction, there is a team of inside out characters looking for ways that you've messed up or things that could be held against you, and trying to figure out ways that you can defend yourself against that, and ways that you can survive this moment without getting abused, basically. It's really exhausting when you forget that that's what you're doing. It can take over. And I think that's kind of what happened in this situation with Gabbie, is that she's looking for the threat. She's being hypervigilant, and then she's lashing out and protecting herself from a threat that didn't even exist. But I take tremendous issue with the fact that she's calling this all narcissistic abuse so publicly, because it is so damaging. I feel deflated, like the wind has been taken out of my sails. So many people are not believed about their trauma, and this is not setting a good example, no matter the cause of it. I think that is my biggest issue. If this truly is a promo, like, publicity stunt for her new docuseries, as she says, that is absolutely disgusting. That's horrifying. What are you doing? She's misusing the word gaslighting, and then doing it herself, trying to convince Trisha that they were friends. Trisha has said on TikTok that they have blocked her on everything for their mental health, which, yeah, good job. I encourage that. If I'm triggering you, block me. Take care of yourself, people. And then Gabbie turns around and goes on this big, huge thing, like, oh, they're so obsessed with me. I'm like, no. They only think about you because you are forcing them to, which is incredibly narcissistic behavior in my opinion. She's weaponizing the word narcissist to gain the moral high ground, which is... It just feels like when my mother found a new word and she would pick it up and play with it and hit us with it like a stick. It just doesn't feel like the move, you know? What this whole thing looks like to me is that she is triggered and is spiraling, and nobody's stopping her from spiraling. It is quite reminiscent of me in college, actually. It's classic projection. She's anticipating a bad review because there's another one coming and she knows that. Allegedly. This is a person who's hurting and needs help and is destroying everything around her. And I don't like it. I don't like that she sent her second poetry book to somebody who gave her a bad review of her first one, because there's no way she didn't know that the poetry was similar in both books. She didn't just suddenly realize, oh yeah, this is completely new, and I have changed so much in this book, I might as well send it off to this person to show them how much I've grown, which is what Rachel Oates expected. It feels a lot like what my therapist would have called traumatic reenactment, which is where you see an opportunity to, like, fix the outcome of this situation the last time that it happened. So she's releasing another book. Oh, I'm gonna send it to this person who gave me a bad review for whatever reason, and it'll be different this time. I'm gonna come out on top. I'm going to reclaim my power. But instead, she's using just very unkind language. Miss Gabbie, I am so kind to the people in my life, Hannah, from the last video that I made. This is the same woman who's calling people who gave her book a negative review monsters, manipulative monster bitch. Manipulative narcissistic bitch. It's just, no. Narcissistic abuse is not just being told that you're having a breakdown in a scenario like this, in my opinion. It sounds like I probably should get her poetry books and read them and give them a review from the perspective of somebody who has experienced a lot of what she says the book is about. That's what it sounds like to me, because I haven't read the poetry. I remember when I first saw the poem Relatives, or whatever it's called. You know which one I'm talking about if you're keeping up with the situation. When I first saw that, I didn't see that it said family is relatives. I thought it said family is relative, and I was like, yeah, like, I love that. Anyway, I'm not mocking the poetry. I'm saying that I think she poured everything into this, but for people who don't view things through a lens of trauma, they're not going to see what she was putting out there for them to see. That's what I am trying to take from this situation, but also, it's unacceptable behavior, and it's pissing me off. Anyway, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Don't forget to be kind to yourself and others today, no matter what that looks like. Well, actually, if being kind to yourself is being actively unkind to others in, a scenario like this one, don't do that. Please just be nice and give people the benefit of the doubt, unless they don't deserve it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be kind to yourself. I almost said unkind, holy crap. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and others today, and I will see you next Tuesday. Okay, bye.